Hi, this is Kendra by Oma. Today I'm going to show you how to achieve this lovely trendy bubu gown. Materials needed: your Ankara fabric and your doll face. We all know Ankara is usually 45 inches length, so my client's length is 60. I added 2 inches for folding allowance and I had to fold the fabric into 4. I got my back neckline, which is 3 by 1.5. I went ahead to get my shoulder length from my center back to to the length of where I want the sleeve to stop. I took 18 inches. Then I came down for my armhole by 13 inches, which is fine for a bubu gown. I got my French curve to get my back neckline in shape. Then after that, I got my waistline. I came in by 3 inches. From my armhole length, I came in by 3 inches. So I'll be marking the measurement I got from that point. I'll be marking it down. That's what I'm going to be using. I don't want it so bogus. That's why I'm using this measurement. I'll be marking it down. I'll roll it to meet my armhole. Make sure it goes down to your desired length. I use length 62. I'm going to be folding 2 inches in. The desired length. After that, I had to cut, as this other fabric will not be needed anymore. I had to cut. When I got to close to my armhole, I had to take my French curve to make it smooth because I don't want any sharp edges there. So I had to cut. Kept that aside. Then I went to my neckline. I had to cut my back neckline, and you can't cut your front neckline since the fabric are folded together. So to achieve my front neckline, I had to open up this folded fabric. I had to open it up. The back and front are together, so I had to open it up. I came down about 10 inches. For the front neckline, and I went in by 1.5 inch. I connected from the 1.5 inch down to my original neck. Then I had to cut it. Now this is our new front neckline. Isn't it interesting? Alright. So I had to get I wanted to be a bit shapy at the waistline, so I'll be using elastic at the waistline. My client's waist is 32. 32 divided by 2 is 16. So I'll be using, since the fabric is folded into 2 again, I'll be dividing the 16 by 2, that is 8. Then my elastic, instead of cutting 16, I'll be cutting 15. So it's going to give you that grip a bit. There's going to be a grip. So that aside, that's for the waist. So I'll be sewing the elastic. I'll show you guys when I'm on the machine sewing how to achieve this. So after that, I had to open up. Now to make your neckline pretty, I had to cut my doll face. But before that, I measured round. Be sure to measure round the neckline. And you can add 3 inches to be sure. It's better for you to have excess than to, sew round and it's not covering everywhere. So after that, I got my doll face and I had to get my round measurement was 38. So I had to go in by half an inch, notched it so I'll be able to turn it when I'm done. So I cut my doll face. I cut 5 inches by 38. Now, if you see the style at the beginning, there was a slit in front. So I had to go from the neckline, from my shoulder line, down, making it 41 inch. My client's knee is at 41, and I don't want it to be too. I don't want a slit to be too exposed. So I stopped at 41 inch. Then I'll fold my fabric into 2. To get the desired result and slit it from the inch 62 down to where I marked 41 inch. So just watch that carefully. I have to measure it again. to double sure. Then I slit it. Now after slitting, I got my doll face again. I measured from the neckline down to where I have my hemline. Then I measured 5 inches like I did for the neckline, 5 inches by the length I got from the neckline down to my hemline. I took note of where the slit was and I had to get it open so that I can use it to turn the slits, as you can see. So I've gone ahead to, cut the neckline, 38 by 5. I folded it into 2 and I give it a good press. Now I've gone ahead to cut the other part as well. From the neckline, the length down, I folded it as well to get the slits in order for me to join it to the other slit. As you can see, that's perfect there. So I'll take it to my machine and I'll sew it in. I'll sew it from the back to come to the front. So this is my machine. I'm trying to achieve the neckline. I'm sewing it. I'm sewing using 0.5 inch. That's half an inch. I'm sewing with half an inch. I'll sew the neckline around. Take your time to do it. Then at that place I notched 0.5 inch at the bottom. I had to sew there to close the neckline. I had to notch it so that it's not going to give me fold. Then the neckline in the back, I had to finish it up with the bias to give a nice finishing. You could use an overlock machine to, weave it, but I had to use the bias to cover it up. So that's my elastic. Remember I told you I was going to use it for the waist. I just had to cut it down. Then I'm using the other material I cut to turn the slits. I'm using the doll face to turn the slits from the back. Remember, from the back, right side facing the back, I had to turn it over. Now I'll be taking half an inch and I'll be sewing it inside. I did that to the neckline. Please take your time to do this so that you don't, mess up your work or get something rough. I just had to do it gradually. Then I had to fix my elastic after doing that. Very important. Remember I told you I wanted the waist to be a bit, cinched. So I've done that. Now it's time for me to join them together. I gave it a good press. Please always remember to give it a good press. Now at the sleeve, I want to add an elastic. So before I add the elastic, I will join together. I'm going to be sewing down by half an inch. I'll be finishing the gown by half an inch. So this is one side of the gown. When I'm done with this side, I moved to the other side as well. Alright. So I moved to the other side. And remember I told you I was going to hem I'm going to hem by 2 inch. So I moved in by 2 inch and I start hemming. This is the hemming, or this is the hem of the gown. By 2 inch, remember. My length is 60 plus 2 inch. I had added 2 inches, beginning 62 because of the hemming. So I'm done with that. Now I'll go back to the sleeves. What you do, you measure your round sleeve or your client's round sleeve. Make it a bit free, not too tight. And I removed 1 inch from the measurement. Since there are 2 sleeves, I did 2 elastics. Then I went in by 1.5 inch. Remember to leave a channel where the elastic is going to go through after sewing. Now to make it very easy for your elastic to go through, I had to use pins to secure the ends of the elastic in order for me to pass them through the channel easily. Now without these pins, trust me, your elastic will just, get missing inside, and it's going to be very difficult for you to bring it out. So I had to use the 2 pins to secure it, while I use the pins to push the elastic through the channel. I'll hold the other end when I'm coming to the extreme. I did that for both sleeves. So after passing through the channel, I removed the pins and I secured them together. I secured the elastic together using the machine. I had to sew it down. If you have an overlock machine, fine. But I had to sew it down to secure the elastic from coming out from the channel. After securing it, the place you left opened as a channel for the elastic to pass through or to go in. You have to seal it back. Perfect. Please don't forget to subscribe if this